and kings. Welcome to Black Queens Uncut. Grab your wine, your vape, or whatever you need to relax so we can get into this queen chat. I'm Monique Loveless. Queens, introduce yourselves.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Kiki Boom Boom.
Hey pasa, TK Trinidad.
And I'm super excited as we have the founder and the owner of Trampoline Trim here, Tiffany Marie. Woo!
Hey y'all.
We're glad to have you.
Oh my God, I've been to one of your classes.
Yeah, amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes.
Small world.
Tiffany is now like known. She's like doing her segments, and trampoline fitness is getting out there through Tiff. Yes, I'm excited to have you.
Yes, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so we're going to get into fitness and healthy eating and health goals for 2021 this year. And we're going to cover this. Now, this I feel like can be a sore subject for a lot. But I also feel like it is something on everybody's New Year's resolution list every year. Like every year, it does not matter. So ladies, from a 1 to 10, how good of shape are you in regards to what you want to be?
Don't stop.
Well, I'll speak for. I'll go first because I always let Kiki go first. So there's two different TKs. So the TK, the former professional track athlete, I'm not there, and I always kind of revert back to her, and she'd be like, "Bitch, like no." But TK, the adult, and TK, that doesn't have 6 hours to train anymore. I feel like I have to be in that space where, because I do work out on a regular basis and I am fairly health conscious as far as food and stuff like that. And, just kind of accept that sometimes like life is just how it is, but kind of make the changes along the way. So long story short, the TK athlete is not feeling it, but the TK, the adult, is happy and content because it could be far worse. Because I can still work out, I can still do yoga, I can still walk, dudes are loving my boobs, dudes are loving the body at this stage. So it's just kind of like, living the, why are you laughing? Living the life. And as long as I can,
booty.
I love it.
Yeah, living and being able to do different things. Like I did do your class, and I brought Lanisha was there. I brought my business partner. There was about 4 of us there, and she's playing soca music. Pardon me?
Lanisha went too?
Yeah, I brought a gang of us and we were playing soca music. There's like, it was a whole, so I really loved the class. It was hard as hell though, but
that's the point.
The fact that I'm at least able to handle different stuff and put myself in different scenarios is a blessing in disguise, because some people can't even touch their toes. Right. So I am very happy. But what I do tend to do on a resolution note, I usually tend like to get my ass in gear right after Thanksgiving. And I do a fast and I do a cleanse, and I do kind of try, and I use me staying in Los Angeles during the holidays to do outdoor activities and kind of get myself together. So I don't wait till January 1st. But I'm pretty content.
So what are you? A 1 through 10? Do you feel
girl, I'm content. I'm loving the boobs. The dudes are loving the boobs. I'm getting
I get like a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3.
I just said it's a 10.
Oh, check you out.
Yeah,
TK looks good. TK looks good.
It's and it also has to do with your mental, because you can look banging, but if your mental's not there, like ain't nobody gonna feel you. You won't be feeling yourself. So yeah,
right. Kiki.
Before I give myself a number, so I'll just say personally, like, so I've been big my whole life. And I've never been skinny ever in my life. I've been born chubby. I was born big bone, and that's fine. But I will say over the pandemic, I did gain about like 25 pounds. So I've always been a big girl. I'm just a little bigger now because of the pandemic. So, so for me, like, though I've always been a big girl, I do like spin class, and I'm from New York. So I'm a walker. I love to walk, and I love doing all that stuff to pretty much be healthy. because I know I'll never be skinny. And I know one time in my life I lost 50 pounds and my family thought I had an eating disorder. So there's just nothing. That was like the first and only time I've ever lost that much
Did your
weight.
hair look big?
I looked like an alien. It just didn't look right. And I was like, see, I'm big bone and I'm supposed to have meat on me. But right now I did gain 25 pounds and I would like to lose that. Just so I can get back to where I was and not to be skinny, but because I miss fitting into my clothes. So right now I'm gonna give myself a number. I'm gonna say 7 because though I did gain all this weight, I feel good. I think I look good. Besides being a little extra plumper, because I've always been a plump girl, but I feel good. And so I'm gonna give myself like a 7, 8, but it's the quarantine pounds.
Quarantine weight.
Because I ate a lot during the quarantine. But we surviving. So I'm not even
gonna love it though.
Huh?
Somebody gonna love it though.
Oh, they do. They people love it. Listen, I've gotten so many compliments because like I put up videos and I'm like, oh, I gained so much weight, and guys are like, you look great. I'm like, I know I look great, but I did gain weight. Weight and looking, I think people get confused with weight and people being big with like looking horrible. And I'm like, no, I know I look good. I'm beautiful. It has nothing to do with that. Right. But yeah, I would like to get back to maybe lose the 20 pounds again, just to get to back where I was.
Yeah.
Right. I think I will say I will give myself between an 8 and a 9. I'm a thick girl. Like I'm thick in all the right places. I've always been so I've always had a big booty. I've always had bigger boobs. I've always been very small in the waist. But there are like I kind of want to lose a little more weight. There's a little more weight I want to lose. And I have gone to Trampoline Trim. That shit is very hard. Mm-hmm. My boobs are huge, so I definitely need a very supportive bra.
Right, strap them babies down.
Yes, they need to be taped and everything, honey. But it's a great workout. Like it definitely gets you there. You definitely when you leave, you know that you did a workout. You're like, I did a workout today, okay? So I think that it was really good. But I feel like I'm between a 9 or an 8 because there are a little more like I want to get my stomach just a little flatter. My stomach, I want to get a little flatter, and my arms I would like to get a little smaller because I'm very broad up here. So I have big boobs, broad shoulders, and big arms. So sometimes when you take a picture, I look way bigger than what I am.
Right.
So because of the way my body is shaped, I just, I would like maybe some small arms. But the funny part is even family members who haven't seen me in a long time, or my friends, they'll be like, oh, you thick, because I've always been, believe it or not, I've always been super skinny, like size 4, size 6. And that's pretty with a big old booty. That's it. But now, I got a little thick and I got over what I wanted, but I slimmed down. And I ended up losing 32 pounds, which I was really, I was like, oh yeah, I'm proud of myself. And I want to lose a little more, but I like my thickness. I love my shape. I'm like, thick is cute, honey. Okay. I look cuter in the face. The face is thicker because when I lose weight, that's the first thing that goes is my face. So my face gets really, because I have cheekbones and everything, my face gets kind of sunken in. So you could tell I'm losing weight. But yeah, I would say I'm between an 8 and a 9, depending on the day. Whatever day my mind decides to be an 8 and whatever day it decides to be a 9. So,
nice.
It just depends.
Amazing.
Yes, Tiff, you go. I know you a 10. She's like,
I'm done with y'all. Okay, but you know what? I am gonna go ahead and give myself a 10.
Yes.
For a couple reasons, though. Not that like I'm feeling like, oh, my body is at the specific weight or at the specific shape or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a 10. Well, one, owning a business of Trampoline Trim, it's kind of my duty to be in shape, right? That's part of my job description. So that's already given. I have to do that. But beyond that, with all the variables that we're given with the way of the world and COVID and this and that and trying to run a business and balancing this and that, your effort speaks more. Your effort to get yourself up, to get that workout in, to do what speaks so much more than all the other little things like the arms or the this or the that. So for me, I give myself a 10 because even though I have a business and COVID has hit and it has affected it in so many ways, I'm not teaching as many classes as I want to teach. I'm doing personal training, which I was doing then, but the biggest part was cutting down the classes. You guys were getting the workout. I was getting the workout too. It wasn't just a one-way street. So like that was a huge hit for me. But when I say the effort that's put forth and the reason I give myself a 10, I'm still getting up every day and getting my 7 a.m. workout in. I'm still showing up and like doing my part to be that example. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a 10 for those reasons beyond all of the physical, which is kind of why I created Trampoline Trim in general, honestly.
Right.
So,
well, if we base it off of that, then I'm going to give myself a 6. But,
girl.
I'm gonna give myself a 10 now. I'm changing my
Exactly. About that weight, that goal with like your weight or your waist or whatever that is. There's so many other things. Are you showing up for yourself daily? Like
exactly. That's that when you said that, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself a 10 because I am, and I'm putting in the effort, and I'm more now concerned about health wise because I'm like, I can always lose the weight. Right. I'm still young. We can do it. Now I'm like, what?
That's going to change.
Exactly. Now I'm like, what's happening on the inside?
As you get older, all of that. So many things to consider with that. But
that's true. Yeah, that's
Tiff, I wanted to ask you a quick question. Because it is the pandemic in 2020, a lot of us have been in the house. We've seen people protesting because they wanted to go to the gym. So what advice would you give to folks? Because like someone like me, I live in LA, but currently I've been on the East Coast and it's snowing and it's cold. Mm-hmm. And I know I do not want to go in a gym. And sometimes I know for some people, it's hard just getting up and trying to figure out what to do as far as like eating healthy or working out. So what advice would you give to folks who are maybe lacking a little bit motivation that's home and they're trying to figure out how can I be healthy while I'm home, but still trying to keep it together, I guess you can say.
I think the key part in that is figuring out what you actually like to do, what you actually enjoy doing, whatever workout type there is. There's so many options online. So the key to all of that is understanding what Nakia wants to do. Is it a trampoline workout? Is it a certain person that you like to work out with? Ooh, I love this person. You know what I mean? And if there's something that you can kind of latch onto with that, whether that's a schedule they have, an online training course, or like a 30-day challenge, whatever that is for you, I think the key with that is understanding what you actually like so that when you are saying, okay, I'm going to commit to this, maybe I need to write it into my schedule, just the same way we wrote in this meeting, the same way we're committing to this meeting, write in your workout and don't allow anything else to penetrate or like get in the way of that. So that would be my advice. Understand what it is that you actually like to do and then commit to yourself, because that's the biggest thing. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got this to do. I got that to do. I got da. But when do you take the time to commit to yourself? And that's a choice that you have to make in order to actually do that. And it's not the easiest. I'm human too. So I'm speaking to myself when I'm saying all of this. So this is not just like, but that would be my advice, like making that choice to commit to yourself, whether you have kids, whether you have whatever. Okay, I got to feed my kids at this time. I got to Where's the workout? Where is like that taking care of yourself? When are you stopping to eat? Simple things like that. You know what I mean? So definitely commit to yourself.
That's essentially what got me through, because like I think I've said this, and I know the pandemic's like, it's not been the greatest thing, but like my yoga instructor, which I absolutely love, I think Monique, you went there with me. I've been going to her on and off for like 8 years. She's teaching via Zoom, and she's like, the instructors speak to like, there's a huge benefit, because like she'll call me out, or she'll be like, why are you always naked when like, and she's funny, she's hilarious. And I love that style of like yoga. And so I never miss her class. And then G-Train Fitness is another one. He does IG lives and he calls me out too. And it's just nice to like, cause I don't want to be in the gym. Like in some states, the gyms are open, but let's be honest, unless it's like a small gym, the big gyms, no offense, LA Fitness, y'all not cleaning every aspect, and some people are nasty. So it's just kind of like, I don't want to touch a gym. And I'm taking those classes on a daily basis. But the reason why I gravitate towards those classes is because those people call me out and they know me, and it's one of those kind of like, you're there but you're not there. So that's really for me, that's what got me through, because I couldn't imagine doing like a those video plays where you're watching the lady jump up and down and she's like,
if that's not you, that's not you. And you're not going to commit to that.
Yeah, I need a yoga instructor that
you cusses. Like it.
Yeah, I need a yoga instructor that cusses and makes off the wall comments, some sexual harassment's going on. Like, I'm about that. Oh yeah, Jenny Brill, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays, 10:30.
Oh my God.
And it's donation based too. So that's also helpful financial wise if you're not working or you're not making as much money. So I think along with the media industry and the fitness industry, and maybe you can speak to that as well, like the folks who are like, oh man, my business is over, and the folks who like just shifted and tried and did different things, whether it was online personal training or the classes, like that's also did a new avenue. And I think even after the pandemic is through, I might still like have those online classes, like, because then I don't have to drive there. I've just saved more time. So
that's how I feel too. Yeah. I took up boxing. And it's funny because who introduced me to boxing was Roxy. I don't know if you were with us the first time when we did it with Sloan. I don't know, but
I've actually done that with Sloan too, though.
Yeah, and I really liked his approach, and I was like, oh, okay. But at that time, I couldn't afford Sloan. I was like, nope, not gonna happen. So I looked around, and I ended up doing boxing at the gym, Gold's Gym, and they have like boxing classes, and they have like most boxing gyms do have boxing classes, but they're a little more expensive, and they only have hitting the bag. This was like a circuit, so you got one-on-one with the trainer. So I really loved that aspect, and I loved my trainer too. He was very dry. He was very dry, like straight to the point, dude. He was actually from Toronto. Actually from Canada. He's very
that makes sense.
Yeah, he's very dry, and when he tries to make a joke, I just be like, "Was that a joke?" Yeah. So it's like kind of funny. And then his wife, he's a white guy, and his wife is this younger Black girl. So when she used to come to class, we used to have so much fun, but it was just a great environment, and it kept me accountable, and it kept me going. And then it helped me to branch out to even weightlifting. I love weightlifting. Like, I love weightlifting. So when that happened, my body just started transforming, and it had nothing to even do with me like wanting to lose weight. I just wanted to feel healthier.
Yeah.
But when I found, like you said, Tiff, when I found something that I really love doing, and the instructor was motivating because he saw how motivated I was, it just all came together, and I, took to moderating what I ate, and just took on a life of its own. And I just was like, oh wow, like I do like this, but it definitely has to be something that I like, because I'm not going to nobody's gym and getting on no damn treadmill. I'm just not. That is facts. That is not happening with me. Like, I am not motivated to do that at all. I am not motivated to put on no sneakers and go run around my damn like neighborhood. I have allergies. Y'all know how bad that is for me? No, I am not. So I definitely did feel that finding something that I love to do helped me to really like put in the work. And
I think that's the first step. That's the first step to anything, because if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to commit to it if you don't like what you're doing.
Right, you're not. It definitely is. Do y'all feel like social media has a big part in how you feel about your fitness and your, the way you look on the outside? And
no. No, I know it's easier said for done. Like, me personally, I've been confident my whole life. So growing up, that's never been a problem, being a big girl. I will say it in a positive way, yes, because when I do see people like the Lizzos or like the curvy plus size models, like that shit makes me feel good. And when I see them in bathing suits and owning it on social media, I will say for years, you would have never seen me in a bathing suit, shorts, anything. And last year, like 2019, I went to Tulum and I posted a whole photo with a bikini on. I would have never done that. And it was the most likes that I've ever gotten on Instagram. So that shit made me feel good. Like, I was like, yes, big girl, we'll get in this bikini. And I just want to say something. So on the positive, yeah. So like if I can go to like say like Tiff's page to see like her trampoline business, like that stuff motivates me in a positive. I don't let the shit on social media fuck with me or get to me, but it's easier said than done because there are some people who it's harder. There's some insecure folks, there's some depressed folks, and there's some people who take these people's words to heart. And I get why, because these people can be really mean. So I'm really happy that there are like pages like maybe Tiff's business or like TK, how she talks about fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like on the positive side, I try to stay on the positive side than letting like seeing someone get like super skinny and then I feel bad about myself. No, I'm going to eat this Wingstop and feel okay and then go for a walk later. But that's just me though. So I know it's easier. It's easier said than done for most folks.
Wingstop, Jesus.
Oh my God, that
We had a
Wingstop.
whole Wingstop session.
Woo, baby. Let me tell you. Dangerous.
I'm not doing meat anymore. So
TK, since you're into fitness as well, do you do more of the positive side of social media, or does kind of it affect you?
It doesn't. I think it's to who you're following. Like I have different sects of groups that I follow, like my CrossFit group and all that other stuff. And I think for me, it's like knowing that I'm putting in the work, like that's for my psyche. That's good. Like when I wasn't, and when I was not in a good space and I wasn't working out, like everything affected me. Like I'm seeing somebody like this, like, cause I wasn't putting in the work. But if I know I'm putting in the work on a business side, on a fitness side, like those pictures don't affect me because it's like, everybody's body's different. Two, you don't know what else people are putting in. Like they might be doing, there was a time where I was doing cardio in the morning and the evening and I looked banging, but I also had time to do 5 miles in the morning, 5 miles in the evening, and then do some Muay Thai. Like I had time to do that. So of course my body's going to look a certain way. Now it's just more of like, look, I'm a businesswoman and I'm juggling a lot of things and I don't have that type of time because then now I'm sacrificing sleep. So it's just really just realizing that this is where I am right now. And that's fine. And so when I look at pretty much everybody that's on my social media, they're all doing things. Like even if it's CrossFit, they're like CrossFit, like they're just business people. They're positive people. I don't really have negative people that are on my social media. And if they are, they're not really popping up on my algorithm anyway. So I'm not affected by that. I do love seeing like I think you had a trampoline workout by the pool or something. Like I do love seeing stuff like that where it's like, ooh, that's cool. Like I want to be able to end this pandemic and go and do stuff like that one day. You know what I'm saying? So I do love getting inspired by that.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes I do. I can't lie. Sometimes I do. I'll look at somebody and I'll be like, damn, I got a big booty like that. Why isn't my stomach flatter? Like, can I get a flatter stomach? So sometimes I do, but then it's like Tiff said, like, are you waking up and making yourself accountable? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna walk over here and get a cookie. Okay. So that's
and you don't know if they got it. You don't know if they got it sucked out too. Like there's
I was about to say, I'm like, everyone's circumstance is different. Like, yeah, we might want those things, but these people, some people got it a little bit differently. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like TK says, some people got it sucked, tucked. Like that's why I love like seeing people working out and putting in the work, because that is like an inspiration for me to be like if I see like Trampoline Trim, or when I see like Lizzo eating healthy and she wants to be healthy on the end, like that type of shit is like motivating. Because when I see everybody else, I'm like, oh, they got the BBL, which is cool, great. If you ain't gonna send the doctors, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
You're not
right. I'm like, I bought a waist trainer. I was like, I'm a waist train. That was one day, y'all. I felt suffocated. I was like, my organs are not gonna collapse on me. Okay.
Your lungs are gone.
I go to the doctor regularly. I'm not having no organ failure up over here. So I definitely feel like sometimes like I'll think about it, but it does pass I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and go over here and get a cookie, and while I'm eating my cookie, I'm gonna just do my squats at the
Right.
same time. So
And if you're enjoying that cookie, then enjoy the cookie, because there's some people who are not having a cookie. So
Right.
choices.
okay. Tiff, what are some things that people can do to stick to their New Year's resolutions when it comes to fitness?
That's a really good question. My answer is always understand your why. Why are you choosing this resolution? Does it have to just do with losing 10 pounds? What happens after you lose that 10 pounds? Like, understand your why. Like, what's your purpose behind choosing this, whatever goal that might be? And are you just going for a goal, or are you trying to create a lifestyle? So I tie it right back into what I said before. It's like, why are you doing this? What actually works for you? And what is something that you can commit to that's going to give you like longevity within this, as opposed to saying, okay, I'm going to go hard for this 2 weeks and then
what?
Right.
Exactly. Like what? So you know what I mean? Like for me, like with things like that, understanding your why, understanding what works for you, and committing to that, and not thinking of things like short term. Like for example, the word diet. Like some people are like, oh, okay, well, beginning of the year, I'm going to go on a diet for X amount of time. A diet is limited. A diet is for a short amount of time. What happens after that diet? Don't think about creating a diet for yourself. Think about creating a lifestyle for yourself that's realistic to you, that you can actually adjust to, and then commit to that. Like there's changes that's going to happen, that's going to have to happen with that, just as there's changes that's going to have to happen if you did like throw 7-day lemon cleanse in there. Like, okay, that can happen, but like, then what type of thing? So understand your why. Like, why are you committing to this? Is it for health reasons? Or are you just trying to lose weight? Is it for, you know what I mean? Is it because as like Black women, or just, within our community in general, the way in which we were taught to make food, the things in which we were taught to eat, and this and that, like all of these diseases essentially stem from that. Right. So if I'm going to set a resolution, or if I'm going to set something, it's going to be like, well, my reason is to flip that script. My reason is to change that. But that requires more than just that 21-day or 30-day or 14-day. You know, those challenges are good as a jump start, but understanding your why is going to keep you committed to that.
Yes.
Right. I totally love that. I definitely feel that, because when I was eating, when I was losing my weight, I was still eating kind of the same, but it was different, and it actually became a lifestyle for me, and it actually transitioned more into me being vegetarian. But I would do it in moderation, even though you got me on Nutella and strawberries, girl. And that's addicting. Okay. But I would eat a pizza on the day I knew I was going to boxing classes, because
that's smart.
Yeah. And I knew I loved pizza, but I was like, how can I have my cheat days without depriving myself of what I love? Right. And that was like, okay, well, I know in this class I'm going to lose 1,000 calories, and that's that pizza gone. And then afterwards I can do a protein shake or something, but I still had my body still had that satisfaction of what I love.
Right.
So I never felt deprived. So once I did stop working out, I was still maintaining, because it became a lifestyle to eat like that.
Right. And your body needs those cheat days. Your body needs that inconsistency of just eating healthy all the time. Our bodies are literally machines. It's made to kick out waste. So if we put something in it, it's made to kick it out if it's not supposed to be there. Now, if you do it in excessive, that's different. If you overdo it, then that's different. Then that's when all the damages come in, the gaining weight and this and that. But if you have on the day that you're literally about to go burn it off, that's different. You know what I mean? That's different. And don't have 3 more times that week.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm happy you said that, because I think for me, instead of being like so upset about this weight that I gain, I'm actually like in a good place, and it's been more about eating healthier, because like you said, like the way we were taught as Black people, the stuff that we ate, we have so many different diseases that have affected us. So now I'm like, girl, you can always lose the weight. What about your inside? So that's the kind of, and I normally eat healthy, but now I'm more in the like, let's forget the weight. Let's focus on what your insides are gonna look like. Let's get rid of these diseases if we can, but still be active. Go for a walk if you need to. So that's how I've definitely been talking to myself too. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Right, definitely. And we thank you. We know you got to go, Tiff, so we're going to wrap you up, but we thank you so much for coming on. We'll have to do a part 2 with you for eating and how to kind of eat a little bit better.
Yes, please come back.
For sure.
Yeah, because that's super important too. Us visiting the doctor and eating better is like you said, we have to relearn how to eat as well in our community. So that's super important. But we thank you for coming on. Thank you for having you. Let everybody know where they can find you.
So my company is called Trampoline Trim, founder and owner of it. It's an amazing, amazing dynamic trampoline workout. We do offer virtual training right now. So if you want to do private training virtually or classes virtually, you can check us out there. At Trampoline Trim on Instagram, www.trampolinetrim.com, Trampoline Trim on Facebook. Look us up, check us out, figure out what we're doing. COVID has shifted a lot, so there is a lot that's moving and changing with it, but it's moving and changing based on what the community needs. So check us out there. Another cool thing that we're going to be coming out with in January is different pop-ups, outdoor pop-ups with the actual trampoline. So look out for that in LA. It's just about shifting and managing what's being given to us. So that's where we are with Trampoline Trim.
I love that.
I love it too. Queens, let them know where they can find you.
Yes, Tiff, thank you so much for the amazing and lovely advice. I hope you please come back for part 2 because I'm over here taking notes. Yes, I'm taking notes. And when I get back to LA, and if you do your pop-ups, I will be there. So super excited about that. But you guys can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom.
Hey.
And my name is TK. You can find me on everything at TK Trinidad. And after you're done the trampoline trim, go and check out my yoga instructor. She cusses. I absolutely love her. She's Jenny Brill, or just hit me up, DM. Oh my God, I love her. She's a little juicy. But definitely go and check her out. And then after you're done all that, you take your shower, you can put some of my cocoa butter on. So you go to centerin.co or centerin.co. And we have all that stuff going for you guys.
And you can find me on Instagram at It's Monique Loveless, and also check us out everywhere at Queens Uncut. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Black Queens Uncut, and also check out our website, www.blackqueensuncut.com. We got more content coming. We got videos coming. We got so much coming. I'm super excited. We're expanding media. Yeah. So all things Black culture, make sure you check us out, and thank you so much. And check us out every Wednesday. Make sure you catch up on all the episodes, and then check us out every Wednesday at Apple, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you can. I know we're in 38 countries right now, so wherever y'all can get it, honey, get it. Okay, we are there for you to listen to, so make sure you continue to listen. And thank you so much, queens and kings, our queendom family. We love you. Thank you, Tiff, and I hope you guys learned something this week. Woo! Set your resolution goals.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you, Tiff.
Bye.